last spring we went in Italy to Damanhur, which is a federation of eco-villages, and they have built temples for humankind inside a mountain. They started building them in the 80s. So we luckily met two of the founders. The man who was building with hand tools, like digging holes into the mountain, said, "Yeah, we were so inspired, and we." In the daytime, we had a normal work and children, but in the nighttime, we were digging the temples for the humankind, and it's around over 8,000 square meters of floors and rooms inside a mountain. And it's not like in a cave, no. It's like temples. They have frescoes, paintings, columns. They, it's like a temple. It's one of the most beautiful architecture in the world, and they have built it secretly inside a mountain. And they have also made all the known religions, all the murals of the known religions they have painted it onto the walls, and they have written. There was a room of the ancient knowledge, and they had used 100 different scripts or languages, and written little pieces of wisdom with each language onto the walls, like the ancient Sumerian, Egyptian languages, etc. And it was just fascinating. And when I asked from that man why we were digging that hole into the mountain, and he says, we just felt that the mountain was calling us, and it wanted us to express, us to create something sacred in a different way. And the aim of the place is to unite all the people, all the religions in the world, that we all are one. And in the last room, it's a huge hall, and it's a mirror hall, so it has mirrors on the ceiling. It's like a dome, and the floor is like a bronze color, and they have gongs there, and you go there and they hit it, boom. The whole cave is vibrating with the sound of the gong. And being there, this really gives this idea what should be a room, a sacred temple, and this idea of having your own temple. It's also temple is a place that we habit, our room where we live, but then we have to have another dimension to it, where we can practice this connection of stopping the time and coming together within ourselves. And our primary temple is our body and how we take care of it. And that's all the basic principles when we start offering room for people. So one thing is that we offer a space. It can be beautiful, but sometimes it doesn't even have to be beautiful. For example, I was invited to one house that was quite derelict. A new owner had bought it and wanted to restore it totally, and told me that she feels that there are some spirits and energies that are not welcome, that she wants to cleansify them, and invited me in. That I went with instruments and I played for the house to clean it. That's one example. But when we offer a space for people to come in, we must understand the limits and the borders of the space, and understand how does this space affect people. Like the most beautiful journeys I have had are in the nature. Like we were having a sound healing journey in in a place next to the sea, and it was supposed to start at 1800, but 15 minutes before the journey or the concert, it started raining, and we we were like, okay, what now? And we trusted that okay, we can we can play outside. And 15 minutes later, when it was 1800, the rain stopped. And it was okay. Let's bring our gongs and singing bowls out there and prepare. And so we put as fast as we could our stuff up, and suddenly a lot of people started coming in because they all also felt this trust that we had in the crew, that we trusted that everything is aligned and our journey happens. And a lot of people came there and they started playing, and suddenly from a dark cloud a little ray of sun comes out, shines on under the gong, so that it lights all the place up like and then then birds start circling the space, like our space. They start flying around and start singing together with the instruments. And then there was the sea next to us, and the waves started coming in, and it was not anymore that we were playing some instruments to people. No, it was this whole environment was actually making music together, and we all humans who were there, we were just participants. We were receiving this beauty, beauty into ourselves, into our souls, into our bodies. And funny thing is, I went back to that place 1 year later, and after that event, someone had decided to build a statue of a woman, of woman of liberty, vabaduse sammas, Suurupis. Maybe you have been there. And that's just one of those moments of magic when everything happens, is aligned. And during my time of playing those things over 10 years, I have found that the best place to play is in the nature outside. And it doesn't matter what kind of a weather it is. Is it sunny or raining? If you can handle it, then go outside. Like at our home, we are sometimes have sound journeys by the fireside, that we make a bonfire and people come and play. Sometimes it rains a little bit, sometimes all kinds of things happen in the nature. It's unexpected things. But this connection that people get is huge. It's amazing. And sometimes some people are really like sensitive to noise, that if someone is snoring or a child is somewhere. But I have learned that our goal is to relax in every sound possible, like in a room when there's an ambulance going by. So what? Let it happen. Or last week, Hans came and listened to gongs at our home, and then my gong fell to the wall and made a hole into the wall. And Hans was just like,
He was relaxed.
yeah, he was relaxed.
So we should relax to every sound
Yes, to every sound, to everything that happens. We just have
as
to
much as possible.
relax. It doesn't matter what happens. That's that's one of the things when some people can go crazy about space, that I must isolate the space totally from the environment. I must isolate all the humans, and then I get really angry when someone steps in. And no, it's all about that. Every sound is really important for a listener, because I might be listening, and then a child comes into the room and says, ah, and and I remember something from my childhood, or a child says something and I become so angry, because the anger because the child helps me to open up the anger in me, and the sounds then help to release it, to dissolve it. Whatever sound comes in, it's something where we can relax into. Mhm. But when we create a space, then there's always this two sides of us. One of them is carrying all the burden, all the experiences of our life. Some people even remember past lives. Some people mm, adamantly or aggressively tell to everyone else that they have a trauma, that I carry a trauma within me. Okay, so what? That's one side of us. And the other side of us is pure source connection, that we are connected to the source, to our higher self. And when we play those sounds, our prayer, we all must have a prayer, and we all will find the most effective prayer that is for us. And then there's this singer who plays crystal singing bowls called Ashana, and she has a song uh, where she sings how she sings, God, let me be your tool, divine essence, please work through me, but let me be the receiver that I can offer grace to everyone who is with me in the room. And some people make a really long ceremonies that they are burning sage or other things, and using essential oils and doing a lot of rituals before. And some people come and they start transmuting the energy in the room from within themselves. So everyone has their own tools that is the best suitable to make the space alive and to make the magic happen. But it's important that we are able to remember. We must hold this intention that let me serve you, let me be in the service of you. What is the best way how I can serve you? And from there, I can step aside with my mind, with my ego, and just observe this divine being working through me for you. And the work that I do for you is the work that I do for me. And if I understand it, then I start creating a sacred space, a room where everyone can. I'm not saying everyone can relax, but everyone can actually come closer to themselves. And sometimes you need a lot of tension to find something, to find this real relaxation. Mhm. And those sound instruments, those singing bowls, and other instruments, they also clear the energy of a room or a space. You can also put them on a person and play it. That's also like a powerful sensation on a chest or on a stomach. The same is that you can clear the space, the energy with those instruments. That you can purify. Sometimes some people are thinking so many angry thoughts all the time, like something is going on, and you can actually see around their heads that there's this cloud, gray cloud flying. Or, or I remember I was walking on a street, and then there's this old lady shouting, "Help! Help! My house is burning!" Like, house is burning, and I go there, and I go inside, and I see there's two drunk men laying sleeping on the floor, and then there's a pile of paper burning in the middle of a room. I'm like, whoa, what's going on? Throw the paper out from the window and see like, okay, nothing worse. And then the old lady tells that yes, that she's like over 90 years old, and that her son is a hobo, a drunkard, drunk every day and every night, and I'm just observing and hearing this reality, and it's really sad for some people are going through a huge struggle that we do not understand. And every one of us have got some points of struggle and some points that are making some things that are making some kind of a pain to us. Or I cannot say everyone, most of us actually. But when we are able to observe different spaces, we also learn how to navigate within them. When you go to a space, then you understand how I can mm, contribute to the space. It does not always have to be how I can clean this space. It can be like how can I offer something that is gracious, something that is beneficial, something that is friendly or loving or caring to that space.